I'm Xavier. I'm the founder of Complizon. We are a sort of boutique UK and EU product compliance consultancy. I'll give you a little background about myself. I've been in the e-commerce space for the last 10 years, consulting for brands directly and also service providers, agencies, aggregators, internationally. I've got extensive experience with the UK and EU product compliance landscape, and I set up Complizon at the end of 2022. Because I realized that it was quite challenging to find a good partner in the compliance space, especially for brands trying to enter the UK and EU markets. And that's why Complizon exists. The topic of my presentation today is deadlines, product compliance deadlines for e-commerce brands selling in the UK and EU in 2024. I put together top three most important deadlines. Let's just start from the first one. It's the UK Food Business Operator Address Requirement. Came into force in January 1st, 2024. The end of the Amazon's EU Responsible Person Service, which is coming into effect March 31st, 2024. And the EU General Product Safety Regulation, which comes in at the end of the year, December 13th. So let's just hop into the first one, the UK Food Business Operator Address Requirement. So essentially, if you are selling food, prepackaged food, beverages, and food supplements, and your business is not based in the UK, you must have a UK food business operator address on your packaging. This is a legal requirement. An EU address is no longer accepted now due to Brexit. So let me just summarize here. Anything prepackaged foods, any beverages, and any food dietary supplements fall under this requirement. And it applies to all non-UK based companies selling in the UK. We're finding now that even shipments from the EU, EU food business operators sending their products into the UK are being rejected by customs because they haven't met this requirement. So it's crucial that you get this in place as soon as possible. Obviously, we at Complizon can help you with that, and we provide this as a service. So yeah, get in touch if you do sell these type of goods. The next very important deadline for all Amazon sellers operating in the EU is the end of Amazon's Responsible Person Service. Now, this was a very great initiative that Amazon offered in 2021 that allowed all non-EU based businesses selling in the EU that sell CE marked goods to use Amazon as the responsible person. So you didn't have to worry about that. You didn't have to have an EU company or appoint an EU legal entity. Amazon would allow you to add their address to your packaging and act as your responsible person in the EU. The compliance landscape is changing significantly in 2024, and Amazon have decided to end this service, which is kind of a blow to a lot of businesses, and it will leave a lot of businesses. It's leaving a lot of businesses without a responsible person, and it will result in products potentially being removed from EU marketplaces if they do not get a new responsible person appointed. So this is very crucial. What impacts all CE marked products. So think electronics, think children's toys, PPE, sunglasses, medical devices. Those are all covered under this. And if you do sell these goods in the EU on Amazon, and you don't have a responsible person, you will need to appoint a new responsible person by March 31st. What will be required of you will be to update your product packaging with your new responsible person and also submit this information to Amazon on the Amazon compliance dashboard. And as I touched on earlier, if you do not appoint a new responsible person and you don't upload this information before the deadline of March 31st this year, Amazon will remove your ASINs from the marketplace. Until you can provide proof of a new responsible person and proof of compliant products. The third and sort of most important, I believe, deadline is the new General Product Safety Regulation coming into force on December 13th of this year. This applies to essentially every consumer good entering the EU that isn't covered by existing regulations. So if your product is CE marked, that already has a whole set of host of regulations, which are already covered. This will apply to general goods. Think arts and crafts, think ornaments, think cooking, cutlery. You will be required to appoint a responsible person for these products. And also, there's a whole host of labeling requirements that are necessary to be updated on your product packaging to ensure full compliance with this new regulation. We're in a transition phase right now, and we're already seeing goods being rejected at EU border posts, even though this isn't fully in law yet. I think all the EU border posts are gearing up for this new regulation to come into law. So it's good to get on top of this as soon as possible. To summarize, the products impacted are consumer goods that are not covered by existing regulations. So as I touched on earlier, cookware, hobby items, arts, products, ornaments, clothing. What's required of you as a business that's not based in the EU is you must appoint and display an EU responsible person address on your packaging and the physical item, if applicable. All products must have full translations on the labeling, including safety instructions and how to use guides in languages determined by the EU country in which the goods are sold. Obviously, if you're on Amazon on pan-EU, we're talking the EU4, Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. In addition to this, they're ramping up traceability requirements. So all your goods must have a batch number or a serial number, so goods can be traced in the event of any safety recalls or investigations down the line. So how we can help at Complizon is, these regulatory changes are daunting. It can be overwhelming, especially if you are a US-based seller. I feel like the EU can be quite a scary place when it comes to compliance. But we're here to guide and support you through these transitions and through any future developments in product compliance in the UK and EU. We're here to simplify compliance. We can become your responsible person in less than 48 hours and help you navigate the complexities of whichever product you are selling. We provide the expertise and support that you need to ensure that your e-commerce business not only complies with the regulations, but also thrives when you launch in these markets. So to conclude, the new compliance developments in 2024 present both challenges and opportunities for e-commerce brands operating in the UK and EU. Embracing these challenges is essential for maintaining market access, ensuring consumer safety, and building consumer trust. Proactive compliance is not just about meeting regulatory requirements, it's a strategic investment in the future of your brand. So we encourage you to begin preparing now and leveraging resources like us at Complizon to navigate these changes smoothly and successfully. In addition, as close partners with HelloTax and Nick, we can provide you a 15% discount on all services rendered at Complizon just by quoting HelloTax. Thank you for listening to this unsexy presentation about product compliance. My contact information is there. Please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.